I'm sorry, but this is not the time or place for children. I must ask you to leave.
The following program contains material that may be offensive to some viewers.
My liege, the future is yours.
I consider you a traitor, therefore worthy of the punishment it merits.
The light in the age of darkness
When is the eclipse?
has been extinguished.
Last by string.
Isn't that a bit out of date?
The pillar of flesh has been constructed.
I can't prove it, I can't even explain it. But everything that I know as a human being, everything that I am tells me that it was real.
The planets will be in alignment soon. All is prepared for your arrival.
Is there no one on your planet who behaves in a way that's contrary to reality?
Trust me, everything will be all right.
Piss off.
Warning, incoming game. Warning, incoming game.
In the last 3 episodes, I went through some Gender Astronomy 101 and tried to figure out why some people are transgender, including whether or not I'm transgender.
This case is supposed to be full!
With mixed results.
Anyone care to explain?
I've thrown a lot of information at you so far, and you might be like,
way too much information.
Slow down. You're losing me.
So this time, we're going to take a breather from all that brain-straining theory and look at a much more relaxing, calming, uncontroversial topic. Politics.
A minefield.
I was going to say a country road.
That's what they want us to think.
And like I said, even though I try to make a distinction between biological sex and social gender,
It's molecules, not atoms.
it makes a script really clunky.
It's punchier.
And most of the time, the two match up. So whenever you hear me say man or woman, just assume that I mean biological male and biological female, respectively. Unless I stop to clarify that I'm talking about a trans person. It's not perfect, I know, but otherwise I'll end up sounding like a textbook. Even more than I do already. And if this annoys you because trans women are women, buckle up, because this time we're tackling that claim head on.
Earth, the marvelous world of our future.
In the early 21st century, all of mankind was united in celebration.
I know! The whole world has changed before our eyes for the better.
That goes without saying. But I've given this serious thought. Something strange bothers me, gnawing at my brain that I can't understand.
Splinter in your mind, driving you mad.
When I was wondering if I was trans, trying to figure it all out, I didn't really expect anyone else to help. Or maybe with questions and hints and prompts, like, if there was a hypothetical button on your desk right now that you could press to permanently transform yourself into a woman, would you press it? It's a good question, with a very interesting answer. But nobody could shine a light into my eye and check the back of my throat and declare, aha, I have clinical proof that you are trans. Welcome. Sure, I could go talk it over with a therapist.
There are many psychoanalytic methods for addressing your complaint.
But having to prove it so I could get hormones and surgery? Having to first live for years as a woman? Feeling tortured by dysphoria because of all this damn testosterone?
Each would be expensive and require many years of therapy.
That's on its way out, thank God. It's getting easier all the time. It's getting easier to change your birth certificate. It's getting easier to get the meds.
On Earth, psychiatrists don't come in blue.
Do you have a problem with people of color?
It's fine. Thank you. He's a treasure. He's qualified, is he? Oh, yes.
Were you listening to me, Neo?
Snap out of it.
Sorry, I don't know what came over me.
Maybe you've used a female avatar for years playing Second Life or whatever. Geez, I'm old. And now you're ready to take the next step? Well, they don't have the right to gatekeep and block your path. After all, only you know the truth.
Do you believe in fate, Neo?
How many people dare to live the life they dream of? Face their real fears about who they really are, not their houses or their jobs or their habits, but their deepest, truest selves. Do you have any idea what I'm talking about?
I've heard gender identity described in lots of ways. Maybe I always was a woman on the inside, or maybe I've discovered it gradually throughout my life. But in either case, I was assigned male at birth by some doctor who took one look at my doodle and just assumed I was a boy. Captain Ahab, huh? Talk about judging a book by its cover. You can't trust your eyes, say the gender identity theorists. What you look like on the outside doesn't prove anything. Some women have penises, yeah, and beards.
So you have a... Wow.
Some men can get pregnant. It's all a big, beautiful mess.
You're a chick, right?
Why? You have a biology test today?
Sexuality should be about gender, not genitals. I bet you heard that one before, right? Or said it. Sounds reasonable enough, I guess.
Ah, I've been expecting your call.
Here is a quote from a bisexual trans woman writing for the UK lesbian magazine Diva in 2015. Maybe there's some flirting, and you're getting a good feeling. Maybe this is going somewhere. And then they say they're trans. If you still find them attractive, interesting, funny, clever, or any of the other things you found yourself drawn to before, then what exactly has changed? Telling someone you're trans is an act of bravery. The default response that I and many others expect when we disclose this, especially in terms of relationships and sex, is rejection. This is why you need to stop. This is why you need to think. And this is why you need to remember that the only thing that's really changed is that someone has decided you're amazing enough to be let in. Well, that's certainly persuasive. How could any fair-minded lesbian possibly object to that?
There must be something really wrong with me.
All right, I'm listening, but for God's sake, at least spare me the squishier details.
Because while your physical appearance, your X-wings, your Y-wings, and even your gametes might be misleading, your inner essence is the one real truth. It's that indefinable feeling that you're a man, a woman, non-binary, or something else. Only you know what that identity is. No microscope can find it. No scan or test can tip you off. You figure it out on your own time. And once you do, whatever your gender identity is, everyone else should respect it.
Each would be expensive and require many years of therapy. However, there may be an easier method.
In the West, a lot of countries, states, and political parties now support something called gender self-ID. This is where you're legally the gender you say you are. After all, if you know you're a woman trapped in a man's body, and you've been that way all your life, and it's no longer considered a disorder, why should you need some kind of medical proof? It's not like you need a passport to become gay, or you need a gold star from your doctor before you can call yourself a lesbian.
I had an experience. I can't prove it, I can't even explain it. But everything that I know as a human being, everything that I am tells me that it was real.
No, it's everyone else's job to accept your self-declared gender identity.
Ladies, gentlemen, multi-sex, undecided or robot.
They should try not to call you by the wrong pronoun. They shouldn't exclude you from any aspect of your gender role, like using women's bathrooms.
No man is allowed to enter the Temple of Sybil.
Well, that's all right. Just us girls.
And if you've got dysphoria, phew, that must come with a big relief. Besides, if a trans woman who looks obviously trans, or like a woman, uses a men's bathroom...
Oh, excuse me, ma'am.
She could end up in serious strife.
Oh my God. Danger, danger.
It's safer for trans women to go where women go, isn't it? It's a pretty common way of thinking, and I agreed with it. After all, being a lefty, it's all about welcoming people.
We are protected by the International Police Organization, formed by the experts of justice.
We don't discriminate. We don't judge. Unless they say something totally offensive and inappropriate and out of line, in which case we pile onto them like a rugby scrum. Yet for some mysterious reason, a few irrelevant people, you know, rad femmes and a couple of lesbians,
I am tired of having to always listen to you!
along with some conservatives and religious folks,
You gotta move to the right. More to the right. Would you sit your ass down?
kick up a stink about gender self-ID. Meanwhile, most people on the progressive left, including third-wave feminists, sometimes called libfems.
It's okay. She's a friend.
Oh wait, is it fourth wave now? People seem uncertain. How quantum? Anyway, They give those dinosaurs all kinds of crap for their trans-exclusionary policies.
I consider you a traitor. Therefore worthy of the punishment it merits.
Oh, she is a bad person and must pay the penalty!
I mean, we all know we get assigned male or female at birth, right? Our bodies don't prove anything about our gender identity. In fact, we all now know that science says sex is a spectrum, not some kind of outdated and oppressive binary.
Superseding the binary.
I might look like I've got tomcat bits, but in fact, I could be a lady cat on the inside.
Your eyes can deceive you. Don't trust them.
This is M5438, an entity of pure energy.
Which makes my penis female too. In fact, penis is the wrong word. I really ought to call it a clitoris, because that's what women have. Although, wait, if transgender means transitioning from one gender to the other, how can I be trans if I'm already female? I guess I must just be too stupid to figure that one out. And also, apparently, now I can be trans and non-binary at the same time, which I thought being trans was about transitioning between the genders, and non-binary was about rejecting both genders. So if I do both at once, wouldn't I rip a hole in the fabric of the universe or something?
This is your last warning about that?
Oh, I suppose I'm just no good at interdimensional origami, and I need to go educate myself. And while we're at it, we should revamp everyday language in a totally clear and tasteful way to avoid confusion. Nobody could object to that, right?
You've written subatomic particle here quite a few times. I just wanted to change just one of them to molecule. Is that all right?
Yeah. Sounds okay to me, pal.
So make sure you don't misgender me. It's just like Disney's Beauty and the Beast. Don't judge by appearances, for true gender is found within.
One day you will evolve beyond your physical body, and on that day, I hope you will pick up the phone.
And remember, these days, anyone who identifies as trans is trans. Gender dysphoria or no gender dysphoria. So if I decide I'm a lady cat on the inside, right here and now, none of you can tell me otherwise.
Oh yes, I have died and gone to heaven.
Do I detect a note of sarcasm?
Are you kidding me? This baby is off the charts. Why?
There's just one problem, and I hate to point this out, but if someone looks like a man but says they're a woman, how can you know they're right?
What is it? This is the Tothian minefield.
Oi, mate, don't invalidate my existence. Just accept me for who I am.
You just know.
I just got this feeling.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Guess I'll just have to take your word for it. Oh, by the way, totally unrelated, I just found out I'm Cat Jesus, and I've just been asked by this Nigerian prince to send him all your life savings. Excuse me? Are you saying I'm lying? Shut up, you turf. Oh, there it is. Sooner or later, no matter how you pussyfoot around, that word, turf, is going to get flung your way. People are scared of being called turfs, really scared. I don't know why you primates get so upset over an insult. It sounds like the stuff you use to make a lawn and looks like a D in English class. But then again, I am a cat. Stop dodging the question. Are you saying I'm lying about being trans? No, I'm not saying that. Not yet. I'm saying, isn't it weird how we've all collectively trained ourselves to 100% believe the words that come out of somebody's mouth
Just us girls.
instead of the evidence of our own eyes?
I'll be the first to inform you that people are starting to act a little strange.
Isn't it weird that we've decided to ignore all the physical evidence in favor of the one thing we can't prove? We're good at this, us lefties, us activists, us social justice types. We believe you shouldn't judge by appearances. You should treat people fairly. You should be welcoming.
Trust me. Everything will be all right. Just be kind.
Peacekeepers.
Even feminists who are normally like, Men are selfish and aggro and socialized in a patriarchal rape culture, and we ladies should be terrified.
You are so fresh and so clean.
Are first in line to say, welcome, the moment an apparently male dude bloke like me announces he's a she.
Well, I need never pass the genetic scan, so I overrode the security program. This is a very good breed.
But there comes a point where you have to take a step back and take a reality check. You have to think, in a world where 3.5 billion primates of the Homo sapiens species are biologically male, we are now instantly ready to trust anyone who says they are not male. And yet, we still put locks on our doors. I knew it, mate. I knew you'd show your true colours sooner or later. You reckon transgenderism's just a big delusion, and treating it with hormones and stuff's a waste of money. I've been lured here in broad daylight under false pretenses. Nope, none of the above.
Please, Neo, you have to trust me.
Transsexualism is a real thing. Gender dysphoria is a real thing. And people who've studied it, such as Harry Benjamin, have said that there are few people unhappier than a trans person stuck in the wrong body.
I must get out of here. I must get free.
But the way things are going lately, it's kind of worrying.
Is there no one on your planet who behaves in a way that's contrary to reality?
100 years ago, we were like, men, they are from Mars. Women, they are from Venus. Never the twain shall meet. Girls cannot fly planes, their brains would overheat. But then we had 100 years of science and feminism and also a couple of big wars, and we were like, hang on a sec. You can be a feminine man or a masculine woman without there being anything wrong with you at all. And some of us went on to say that masculinity and femininity are just behaviors that we're taught. I'm not going to get into that whole argument about how much gender is socially constructed and how much is inborn, but the point is, we shouldn't go around saying all men should act manly and all women should act womanly. Conformity is for Soviets, and what could be less left-wing than that? But in the enlightened 21st century, we've somehow flipped the whole thing upside down. We've ended up in Bizarro World. See, now, if a man or a boy acts girly, we assume it's a sign they must be trans. And if a woman or a girl acts tomboyish, we think there must be a man inside.
What?
I gotta say, this all sounds kinda old-fashioned to me.
Trust yourself. The truth is inside you.
But at the same time, if a man acts manly, but says he's a woman, we've got to accept that too. We've decided that your physical body can't be trusted, and only your soul matters.
I just got this feeling.
Well, trouble is, nobody's got a soul detector, so how are you supposed to study this crap?
Crap. Yes. Crap.
We are the same.
Not the same. We are in no sense the same.
You come to us with no evidence, only a story that, to put it mildly, strains credibility. Are you really going to sit there and tell us we should just take this all on faith?
Could you possibly try to hit every single one?
Please don't go. Please.
Please, Neo.
Okay, you might be getting a bit uncomfortable right now.
Look, somebody is gaslighting me.
So let's take a breather and talk about some less stressful things. Like, say, lesbians.
Just call me Scissors Girl.
You like lesbians, right? Everybody likes lesbians, especially lesbians.
Incoming game.
Not here. Not now. Clear the sector.
I do remember.
Les, bi, straight.
Isn't that a bit out of date?
If it matters.
Does it?
Doesn't it?
Is this some sort of a conference?
Yeah, it's a conference of muff divers, lady.
You'll come?
You invited everybody?
The whole gang. And they're all coming.
Sorry, I don't know what came over me.
You know what happens when you get naughty, don't you?
Yes, the ratings go up.